Hello, this is Simeon, and I'm here with Tim Thomas again with Lionshire Financial Group. Tim, thank you for taking the time to allow me to record this as we install this for you, and we want to ask questions that other people might have. So this is what you get when you log in to the platform: is a fresh install of the selected softwares that we use to market our business, right? So here is WordPress for your website. If you have a product to sell, e-commerce, we have Magneto. vTiger is the CRM. Mautic for marketing automation. Nextcloud for secure data. Invoice Ninja for sending invoices. Booked is an appointment calendar, and Free Scout. So these are all open source platforms. And what we do is make sure that we have the best stable versions available. So, many people have problems with open source because you have to update it and, keep up with the changes and fix the bugs. And that's what we do. We make sure that we have the best version available. Even if it's not the newest version, we're going to make sure we have the best stable version available of these. Okay? Okay, and notice that all of these are available. You don't have to use all of them, and you won't use all of them in most cases. I mean, the person who has a retail store doesn't necessarily need a website or a blog or to use WordPress or use a Magneto. So let's just pick one, and I will pick my favorite program is Mautic for marketing automation. This is the best. It's compared to a Salesforce, so it does follow up. I'll just show you as I install it here. So this is your domain, okay? lsfg.us. Now this is where we're going to install it. So what would you want to call this? Would you want to call it follow up? Would you want to call it automation? What do you want to call it? I would just call it Mautic if you want. Mautic. Okay. So here would be your username and password. I'll change this here. I'm just going to put, I'll leave it as that, but I'll change this. Since this.
Tell me what you mean by marketing automation. In what form is that coming?
So this is for follow-up, and I'll just here, and let me just stick some numbers in here, just for Coach Cases' video. Here. Let's see. Admin. Okay. Once you click the install button, this takes a couple of minutes, so you can just hang out there. So here is the Mautic login for the admin. Now, Tim, to answer your question, which was what kind of marketing automation? Marketing messages, this is what most people will use. Let me just stick to that. So for most people who are new to marketing automation, they're going to come to channels, and these are the three things that they would use most. Okay, points and stages come after. You have quite a bit of have built a list. If you only have 200 people who are interested in your products, then okay, Tim, to answer your question about what marketing automation is, I'm going to keep it pertaining to Mautic, and specifically the channels area. That's the tab I think most people should focus on if they're new and they have under 1,000 contacts. Definitely just focus here. You do have your marketing messages, which can be emails. They can also be text. They can also be voicemails, with integrations. But usually just emails, and Twilio's text is pretty easy integration for even a novice. Okay, these are focus items, which could be like maybe you have a free ebook, or maybe there's data you want them to download or whatever. You'll know like how many times that link has been clicked, how many people downloaded that item, and what people downloaded that item. Um, then social monitoring is like Twitter, um, Facebook, knowing if your prospects are tweeting about you or on your page, saying something. And you can rate that like negative, positive, and it helps you respond to it quicker. You can set triggers and all kind of things. So that is what the automation is. Or also, I want to show you here when we go to components. You have forms, landing pages. Here will be your assets, like video files or documents. And then dynamic content is, let's say someone comes to your landing page and fills out a form saying they're interested in, a life insurance policy for, I don't know, whole life. So next time they come back to that web page, it can have an article about whole life. So you can change the content based on what you think the person needs to see in order to get the information they want, which helps both of you. Um, so does that answer your question? Okay. There are plenty of tutorials on Mautic on YouTube. I have a few, but it's like having a constant contact on steroids on your own server, right? It's yours, it's included. No one else has access to this data unless you give them access to this. So this is why I think it's to keep control of your data and your information, right? You're putting it on someone else's server, with all of these other platforms. And I think it's just best to make sure it runs and just keep control of it yourself. No one else has access. No one else can see what you're doing. Just you and your team. Okay, and we're back at our installation screen. And I'll just pick one more for you. And let's let that be, I think I installed WordPress for you already. So let's let that be vTagger. Or no, Nextcloud. For most people, as they see or M, you don't need to install vTagger. It's a monster. It's great, but if you don't need it, what's important is that you use whatever you have. So we're just going to call this data. All right. And data. I'll change this for you. Oh, I can blur that out in the recording. So, any questions about the install? Okay. So this is Nextcloud, and I'm going to log in and show you how to set it up for the first time. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. It is used like worldwide. It is a great way to share data, and there's a lot of integrations you can do if that's what you wanted to do. So let me log in here. First time it takes a minute. So this is the hub when you log in. This is what you'll see for the first time. And you just click the X there.
So when I go to lsfg .us, all of them's going to come up, right? Or is
Um,
this that what you're
well,
correcting?
no, I'm just installing them. So if you go to lsfg.us/data, you're going to get this. If you go to lsfg.us/ um, Mautic, you'll get Mautic. If you install LSF, the next thing, and you can have multiple installs of each platform, by the way. So if you have a team or a group that you want to have their own Nextcloud login and just be for that agency, then you can do that as well. lsfg.us/agency name, and that will give them their own install of whatever you want, or really a whole nother group of, they're just they're instances, so we can spin them up however very quickly. So I'm just going to show you how to upload a file and then share that file, okay? Because this is something that will apply like almost instantly. So what I did here is click files, and I'm going to click the plus sign, and I'm going to upload a file, which is going to open my files on my computer. So this is a database for a list for insurance agents in Texas. So I'm going to, and once it's uploaded, see the upload's pretty fast. So that list has like 400,000 numbers on it, I think. 40,000. So what I did was click share, and I can give you an internal link, which would be for users that are already that have access, that you've given access. But let's say you want to share it with someone outside of your network, then this is what you would do. See, I clicked share link, and now I could copy that link. But here's what I'll do. I don't want to send data without it being protected, right? Data is valuable, and it's people's information. So what you do is click password protect, and then so that would be, let's say, the password I made at Lionshare for this example. Right now I can also set an expiration date, so it's the 10th. I'll give you 2 days to download this link, download this data. That's it. I can write you a note. Please be careful with this valuable data. Right? Okay. So now, when I copy that link, and send it to you, when you click it, you'll come to this page and have to enter the password that I gave you. And then if you don't download the link in 48 hours, the link goes away. And there's a ton that you can just enable. Calendar, Collabora, Talk, it has a chat, social sharing with Facebook, just all kind of like plugins that you can download and install. And there's integrations, like if you use anything like screen sharing, like Big Blue Button, it's here. Dropbox, if you want to integrate with that. This kind of takes the need for Dropbox away, but it still integrates with it. Maps, Office Online, Only Office is like a free Microsoft Office kit. I mean, not Microsoft, right? It's not Microsoft. Brain Loop for webmail, which you can use for email marketing. It's just a lot of different plugins you can use. Suite CRM integration, Twitter. There's a lot of different things that you can do just from right here. So you can share, you can communicate, you can chat, you can have training courses in here. you know, it's limitless as far as your communication and your data management right here. And you can give each one of your teams this platform just by clicking install.